Good morning and welcome to Community Profiles, Washington's version of all events going on around town and around the county. We are brought to you today and every day by KCTC. So thank you to KC and KCTC and all the gang at KCTC. Didn't spit that out very well, but we are happy to have them as a sponsor. Today we are joined by three people with various backgrounds, but they all come together for one common event. And rather than me try to dive into all the details on it, I'm going to kind of let them introduce themselves and explain what we have going on. I know ultimately we're going to talk about 100 for the kids, but how that all comes together and whatever. So I will kind of turn it over to you, and we will start with you, Millie.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having us here today. My name is Millie Youngquist, and I have various roles in the community, but today I'm here to talk about my role as the Executive Director of the Community Foundation of Washington County.
I'm Angie Leyden Van Gundy. My husband and I are the founders of Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which is a national organization, but we started a chapter here locally where we provide beds to kids between the ages of 3 and 17 that may not have a safe place to sleep.
Okay.
I'm Amy Schulte. I am here representing a new nonprofit organization in Washington County called Creative Sprouts Champions, Inc. We're a nonprofit organization that's looking to raise money to support child care centers in Washington County.
Okay. So all about the kids today.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on with the, either with your individual group or with this 100 for the kids.
Okay. Well, the Community Foundation got this idea from a workshop we went to last year. And we applied for a grant and received some funds so we could pay for the expenses regarding this event. Usually the Community Foundation, we're known for establishing endowment funds that benefit nonprofit groups. We have funds for the Fair Association, the library, the hospice, and many different organizations. But this is a little bit different take. It's really like what I would call a giving circle. And this means that we have come together to support an important issue, which is child care, child welfare, children. It's all centered on kids. Mm-hmm. That's why it's called 100 for the kids.
Okay.
We're hoping for 100 people that will each donate $100. And then it's going to be divided between these two nonprofits. It's not going to be put into an endowment that will give a little money each year. All of the money is going to be used. The Community Foundation, we ourselves are donating $1,000 towards this project.
Nice.
And it's happening on Monday, September 8th at 5 o'clock at the KC Hall in Washington.
Okay.
I'll let Angie and Amy talk each a little bit about their group and what they do. And
so kind of a quick question on that. So for the event itself on that Monday, September 8th, you said, from 5 to 7, is there like activities? Is there stuff going on? Is it you come and drop off a donation? Is that kind of...
kind of all of the above.
All of the above, okay.
There's going to be food and beverages. There's going to be a cash bar at the KC Hall there. And there's going to be a short presentation during that evening time, by each of the groups, just kind of so they kind of know what's going on. There's a chance to visit with and ask questions of these folks. Okay. So it's a kind of an informal thing. There's no big sit-down dinner, but it's, pick up foods and should be fun.
Okay, good. So I hope I didn't ask a question that stepped on your toes that you guys are going to talk about, but Angie, why don't you tell us about what you have going, or you're part of it?
Well, with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, our mission is to get kids off the floor. So our motto is no kid sleeps on the floor in our town, and we want to make that everybody's town, right?
Right.
So the mission is just to provide beds to those kids that need it. So those kids may be sleeping on the floor, sleeping on an air mattress. They may be co-sleeping with a parent or a sibling or something. And so if we run into situations like that, we are able to provide a twin bed for those kids in need. So we provide the whole entire bed, the bed, mattress protector, all of the bedding, pillows, and so forth.
Nice.
So,
do you have any sense, I don't know if you have these numbers or not, but any sense on how big of an issue that is in a community like our size?
Yep, they say that 3% of the population are kids that do not have a safe place to sleep.
Okay.
So just to give an example, we will be delivering our 180th bed this week.
Wow.
And we have expanded into Keokuk County. So initially we started November of 2023.
Okay.
So we're almost 2 years in. And as I said, we're delivering our 180th bed. But we do now cover Keokuk County as well.
Right.
So Washington and Keokuk County is what our chapter covers.
So clearly a need for such a thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And Amy?
Yeah, so Creative Sprouts Champions was formulated with a group of individuals in the community who really wanted to reach out and help childcare facilities in Washington County. There's a shortage of childcare. Washington Economic Development Group did a study on that about 3 years ago now, and just based on that information, and the data that came back from that, several of us have been talking over the last 18 months, how can we help address this? There's 14% of children who are under the age of 5 who their family cannot either work full-time or can't work at all because of a lack of childcare. In the state of Iowa, it equals $935 million impact on the economy.
Wow.
So, Washington County has a lot of great childcare centers. So this initiative is to raise money to help for wage enhancement, help provide funding for training, help provide funding for supplies, whether that be cribs or, cots, just different tools and accessories that they need in a childcare center. So it helps some of the burden on those centers so that they can focus on caring for the children.
Is there's probably there's multiple arms to that, I'm sure, the shortage, but is it lack of people providers? I mean, is it even, your group with the YMCA, I mean, is it having trouble getting people in there? Is it just the expense of it to get it started, or the expense of paying for a babysitter?
Yeah, it's really all of the above. So that's why we wanted to do both of the things with as far as the wage enhancement. So that, average wage of a childcare provider in Washington County is probably $11 an hour. So, and they're taking care of our most precious asset, most precious thing to us. So
absolutely.
The goal is to be able to have funds that we can support these childcare centers through wage enhancement, so they can give an extra $2 per hour to their staff to make those jobs more attractive.
Sure.
And, have more people in those positions, so we can create more slots then. The more staff we have, the more children we can care for.
I'm sure everything's heavily governed ratios and all that kind of good stuff,
yes.
right?
So that's the biggest piece of it. But then, there's not a lot of left over at the end of the day.
I'm sure.
When it comes to childcare. So being able to make sure that they can replace things as they're needed, maybe get new equipment. Safety and security equipment is very important, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
So those types of things are important as well. So that's why we went with 2 different grant opportunities. So this organization will raise funds, and then childcare centers will apply for those funds to receive those in a grant format.
Okay.
And this will be our first major event that we're going to, so we're very happy to be invited to attend it and get our name out, get information out into the community about it. We're very excited about it.
Well, good. So that kind of brings up the question, how did you all come together to decide to do this one project? Or maybe it's not the only project.
We have a board of directors that meets monthly, and we were just, talking about this concept, like what causes are important, what needs help now.
So the board of directors of the foundation.
Of the foundation,
okay.
yeah, the community foundation. And it happens that a member of the Creative Sprouts is on our board.
Okay.
And so they mentioned this. And then also another member of our board mentioned Sleep in Heavenly Peace. They're involved somehow with that group. So we thought those are both, child-related causes. And, so we came up with the title. And this gives everyone the chance to do something to support. That's something that is very vital, even though, like myself, our children are beyond childcare. We don't need a bed, we don't need that, but I am really concerned with, the next generation and supporting them and supporting workers and improving the economy, as Amy mentioned, so to start a full-fledged endowment fund, it takes $10,000.
Okay.
So this is a chance at a much smaller level for people to pool their money and come up with a sum that can make an impact on these two organizations. That was our thinking.
That's great. Well, as has been mentioned, we don't want the kids sleeping on the floor, and we need safe childcare. So those are great things. Yes. So you say this is the first time that we're going to try this?
This is the first.
Okay, and I assume it goes well. It's an annual thing, or we kind of build out from there?
Well, we got this idea from another community foundation in Iowa, and every year they do this event, and they choose a different, not cause to support.
Okay.
So this is a start. I think it's a really good start. It's an important area, and everyone can relate to it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully it'll be a success, and we are hoping for 100 people. Mm-hmm. And the suggested donation is $100, but if someone that's not in their budget, they could make a smaller donation. But we're really hoping,
or if they want to give more, they can do that too.
If they want to give more, the other way too, I should
exactly.
think. Yes, that's true. So it's informal time, food and drinks and information and a lot of visiting and
and learn about the groups and frankly the problem, right? The problem that we have. So okay, all right, that sounds good. Excuse me. So why don't we take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll kind of tie things up and tie things together and go from there.
Okay.
So
in the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Welcome back to Washington Community Profile. We're talking about the 100 for the Kids event, and we have a trio of people in here today talking a little bit about that. So the event itself is on September 8th, which is Monday, you guys say, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at a calendar, but Monday, September 8th, from 5 to 7 p.m. It's at the KC Hall.
Right.
And as you mentioned in the first segment, that it's open to anybody. I'll let you kind of talk about this, but invitations did go out. But it's not limited to the people that got an invitation, so anybody can come, right?
Right. Anyone can make a donation of any size. It could be, we'll have Venmo available, or you could drop off a check. Check should be made payable to the Community Foundation of Washington County. And all donations are tax deductible.
Nice.
And so we're hoping to see a lot of people there. All the money is going to stay local, used by these local organizations, and all of it will be put to use, and it'll be divided between these two groups here.
Fantastic. And if we want some more information, we will drop some links into the show notes of this also, but you guys all have Facebook or social media of some sort? Do you want to kind of go through that, where they can find you?
Yes. Why don't you start?
Yeah.
with that
So the Creative Sprouts Champions has a Facebook page currently. Our website is still under development, but you can find us on Facebook. And we also have been attending the farmers markets on Thursday evenings, putting out information, trying to make the rounds to the local service clubs. And we hope that we'll see a lot of familiar faces and maybe some new faces at this event to learn more about our organization as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, we have our national organization has shpbeds.org, and that will give you a lot of information about the organization overall. That's actually where people go to apply for beds as well, so those that might be in need. And then we also have a Facebook page, so it's Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Iowa, Washington County is our Facebook page, and has a lot of information and details here locally.
Okay. And how about the foundation? The foundation has its own.
We
things
have
as well.
a website, and that is CF Washington County, all spelled out, .org. We do have a Facebook page, but I'm sorry to say I don't know the address, but just search for Community Foundation of Washington County and you'll find it.
Sure. Okay. And you mentioned you had, you kind of, I don't know if you want to call it seed money, but you had one big sponsor.
We applied for a grant from Walmart, and they very generously gave us $2,000.
Nice.
So we already have $3,000 we know of, and we just hope that many, many people come and attend the event and help us.
And certainly don't think that $3,000 is enough for all you need.
Oh my,
you need
no.
lots and lots of funds, I'm sure.
It is, yes.
And ongoing always.
Yes,
So,
ongoing.
okay. Anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
I can't think of anything. How about
Okay.
you?
I just
John?
appreciate the opportunity to partner with these two great organizations and do something that impacts the kids in our community. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that, the Creative Sprouts bringing a lot of people together to help the kids in the community, and then being a part of an even bigger event where there's multiple organizations that are giving back locally and just supporting Washington and Washington County.
Okay. Great. Well, the event again is 100 for the Kids, sponsored by Creative Sprouts, the Community Foundation, and Sleep in Heavenly Peace. It is on Monday, September 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the KC Hall in Washington. So we hope to see everybody there, and check out the Facebooks, check out all the stuff, and I'm sure that if you can't make it on that night, that there's a way to continue to donate before and after that event. So everybody check that out. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. And that will do it for Community Profiles of this week. Have a good week.